Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yay, okay. It's called Some Words About the Poem. Poetry can bring joy, it can ease grief, it bridges different worlds and myriad cultures. Poetry can bring rain, thank you for the ritual tonight, can bring rain and make the crops grow. It smooths the path for the traveler and brings sleep to the feverish child. Poetry is our heart's cry and our heart's ease. It constantly renews our seeing so we can speak the constantly changing truth. Poets speak truth when no one else can or will. That's why the hunger for poetry grows when the world grows dark. When repression grows, when people speak in whispers or not at all, they turn to poetry to find out what's going on. Think of it, the song too, all over, all over the world. Song, poem, that's one thing. With poetry can hold the tale of the tribe, of each and every tribe, so we can hear it, hear each other, begin to know where each of us came from. We write poetry to remember, and sometimes we write poetry to forget. But hidden in our forgetting, encoded there, is our remembering, our secrets. Poetry holds paradox without striving to solve anything. Sometimes it can speak the unspeakable. Always the stream of language points backward toward its source, toward the moment before speech, headwaters of the rivers of language that stream through the unfolding worlds. The poem can be ritual or dance, prayer or dirge. It is music, story, ritual, riddle, lullaby, song, enchantment, spell, hex or blessing, serenade or reverie. There is nowhere it can't go. Nothing the song, the poem cannot be. The poet is dream, the poem is dream, and dreamer intertwined. It remakes language in the act of being writ, mind and tongue, breath and mark, papyrus, clay, paper, cyber bit, and bite. When spoken, it cuts a shape in time. When written, it forms itself in space. It is often there in your paper before you pick up the pen. At those times, all you have to do is trace it. Sometimes you hear it like a radio in your head and take it down like dictation. And yet, it is always inevitably rooted in our flesh, our bodies, the very flesh of the poet who writes or types. Music begins to atrophy when it gets too far from the dance. Poetry begins to atrophy when it gets too far from music, a great poet observed. The poem is our breath, our heartbeat, the counterpoint of those two. Poetry brings us together, helps us know one another. It bridges time as well as space. We can glimpse the worlds of whoso list to whom I know where is an hind, or darkling I listen, and for many a time I have been half in love with easeful death, even though those worlds are long gone. Just as we can read the poetry of a contemporary thousands of miles away and feel transported to that place, feel that soil, that sun. At a reading for the Sandinistas right here, long ago, one of my children said, "All artists are warriors, aren't they, Mom?" That's because there's so many parts to art. There are so many parts to poetry, now more than ever. And today I'm here with you because I've been named Poet Laureate of San Francisco, which is a title I can barely begin to wrap my mind around. Thank you. You're going to have to